What's up YouTube, it's your boy Darkness here again. I'm making this video to talk about what went on in YPL 3 and basically the top 8 decks that we saw in YPL 3 and what the upcoming format is going to be like. So we're going to go straight into it. Basically this is the first place deck of YPL 3. It was won by Mark Rajaram and he played Firefist, and this deck speaks for itself. It's basically a toolbox deck that has an answer for everything. And Bear takes out a monster, right? Gorilla takes out a spell and trap, and you have searchers for these monsters, and basically the deck is very solid. And this is why it plays first, right? Mark Rajaram being able to play the deck at its full potential, and this is why it went undefeated throughout the entire tournament. And Konami is taking this route. They are gonna make Firefist broken, okay, more broken, and with the release of Tachyon Galaxy, with Blaster Community Picture, the new Firefist Panther, the broken chicken that I spoke about in my last video, right? It's basically the deck is gonna be upgraded and gonna be much stronger than what this build here is about. So again, Firefist placing first. And we have here a very strong side card, Dimensional Fissure, and we see a lot of persons down here maining Dimensional Fissure or siding Dimensional Fissure. Same thing with Macrocosmos, and it's because it locks down many decks, and it is a very good card to side against a lot of decks for this format, right? Mermaids being number one. A lot of mermaids are there, and it basically shuts down mermaids. So again, solid build, and kudos for his talent in getting first place in YPL 3. So we're moving on, second place, right? It was Shivanan with wind-ups, and again, I don't know why this fucking deck just won't die, right? Konami tried to kill the deck, but it's still going, and again, it's Black Wings all over again, a deck that just can be upgraded and change in certain ways that it can be played, right? And basically the main guy for this build now is Shockmaster, and once you bring on Shockmaster, you can call monsters, spells, whatever the game situation is, and you can control the game from there. First thing, you can go Rabbit Wind Up Factory, and you can search for the rabbit with Tenki now, and basically you can get your Magician in hand for second turn and then go for the loop to get Shockmaster. So basically again, very strong deck, and it showed its power by placing second in YPL 3. And we see here Dimensional Fissure once again, very strong side deck card. Is basically which deck can play well under these conditions. Firefist being number one, right? Firefist can play very well under Dimensional Fissure, so that would be something to think about in future format. So again, wind up second place. We move on again to third place, which was Mark Amarali with Mermaids. And again, Mermaids, a lot of Mermaid decks are on the horizon, and Konami did not touch them in March banlist, so we will be seeing Mermaids around for a very long time, and basically they are still broken, right? We have new monsters being released, Lead and Tias, and we see these two making a huge impact in this Mermaid deck, right? And addition was Gandhi also, right? Cosmo Blazer, and the deck has gotten stronger, right? We don't know why Konami did not touch Dragoons, right? Dragoons first turn is basically you get so much advantage, you can win, right, by just going through your first turn. So very strong deck, and it plays third in YPL 3. And we'll just have to see how this deck goes for the later format when Hidden Arsenal and Tachyon come out, right? When Verse comes into the playing field, we want to see how these guys make Megalo, Tias, and Lead, right? We want to see if there will be dead draws against Ophion. But again, Mermaids can adjust, right? They'll just go back to Undyne, they'll throw infantry, and they'll kill Ophion. So basically, they can be upgraded again for the format, what the format calls. So again, another solid build. We see here his own tech, which was Imperial Iron Wall, for again the outer play that is being main and sided here in Trinidad. So very solid build, very good tech. Shadow Imprisonment for Dark Worlds, Insectors, right? Again, very, very good. So moving on again to fourth place, which was myself, and this was my Chaos Dragon build. And basically, the secret to what I did was try to draw out my opponent, right? Try to make him get his plays out, because if they don't get any plays out, they basically are dead. So Maxi, one of my tech cards, very, very strong against a lot of decks right now, with Rabbit being played a lot in Firefist and Macro Rabbit, right? Maxi is very strong. Tour Guide again. Tour Guide is just +2 right there. So good tech there. And I also sided this card, which was very, very good against Six Psalms, right? And this was a very, very good sided card. Also Fossil Diner for anything that special summons. Against the Fire Fist decks, I basically sided these two Typhoon and Decree, right? And that helped me out a lot. So that is something to think about. So basically this is my Chaos Dragon build, and it was solid, and that's about it. So you just heard the top 4 decks of the YPL, right? We had Firefist, Windups, Mermaids, and Chaos Dragons, and a very strong mixture, right? You're not just seeing Firefist alone. So which means that the format is diverse, right? And we're going to take a look at the top 8 now. So here we see Mark Firefist. First, second was Windups, third was Mermaids, fourth was Chaos Dragons, fifth was Six Psalms, sixth was Macro Rabbit, seventh was Machina Gadgets, and eighth was Mermaids once again. So again, a very, very mixed up format for us down here, and basically it comes down to how well you play your deck and how well you build your deck. So again, for all those who want to be top in the YPL format, just make sure and build your deck consistently, build your deck solid, right? Make sure you know what your plays are. Do not go and net deck a deck online from the States, because you will be copying another completely different method to what we are playing here down in Trinidad. So that is great advice, right? That right there. So basically this is the top 8, right? For later on this format, we can see Firefist becoming rampant. Lots of Firefists are going to hit the meta with the release of Hidden Arsenal 7, which will be coming out later this month. We basically going to see Ophion and Constellar come into the picture now, and those two decks are very, very strong and viable, so they will be something to think about. When Tachyon come out, we're going to see the Incarnate Dragons, we're going to see new Firefists, which will be completely detrimental, right? We're also going to see Burning Knucklers, which will be a new deck that is about to release. So Tachyon Galaxy will be a broke set that Konami is releasing. We will just have to see how it does in Trinidad, right? Basically, knowing Trinidadian duelists, they're going to stick to their same old decks, and we're going to see, again, a big mixture in YPLs. So we just have to wait and look forward. Verse Evil Swarm will lock down a lot of decks, right? Six Psalms, it can lock down Grapher, it can lock down Mermaids, it can lock down a lot of decks. And if duelists in Trinidad tend to take that route, well, the whole entire meta will change. The other thing is that Firefist has a good matchup against Verse. So we're going to just have to wait and see exactly what this format turns out to be. So again, a lot to look forward to. Konami is evolving the game, and from my point of view, the older decks I don't see making anymore, right? With the release of Tachyon, a lot of older decks will not make. The new decks will be just too all powerful for them. So we just have to wait and see. Another thing is, on the last good note, is that for YPL we saw a lot of new contestants coming out, new competitors, right? We had a great turnout of 55 duelists, and we want to see that evolve and become much, much more, so that we can get a very, very diverse tournament. And we saw a lot of the older guys coming out, and that was really good. And we saw one guy Mark Rajaram just coming out of I don't know where, right? And he just came for one YPL. He missed out the last two, and he ended up placing third now in rankings. So anyone at any time can just come into it, come with your strong deck, and you can place well in your rankings. So just come strong, right? YPL is one of the ultimate tests of how well you can build your deck and how well you can play, right? We saw a lot of different duelists from all over the country coming together. We saw UE coming through, a lot of UE guys coming through, which was very good, right? We saw a lot of guys from town side, right, from Port Spain side, and we saw a lot came on, new guys came on from south, and then, well, the usual central guys were there. So just for new folks to come out, and basically it doesn't matter if you are new to the game or you have been in the game for how long ever, right? YPL is one of the greatest tournaments, and it will be a great ultimate test for each duelist here. So it's your boy Darkness here, right? Looking forward to the new format is upon us. YPL 4, a new video will be made, and basically it will be a completely different playfield here. So good luck to all duelists, and welcome to the new era of Yu-Gi-Oh!